Shivnarayan. In the name of all my lotusocean students, it is such a great honor to have you here, Prashant Trivedi.
Yes.
And to listen your voice full of truth. Prashant Trivedi is actually becoming a very popular name amongst many in Balkan, with Albania as a center. Also with people which don't do the lotusocean meditations. Lotusocean meditation students have increased actually from 5 to over 200 students now. They have and still are working with body centering, the discipline of the body, of the speech. The awareness has increased, better psychological sorting, better working on the grace of their body, and connecting with beautiful Mother Nature. Some students who have a lot of sun baths actually lately, and through your beautiful grace, they asked actually one question. They're saying like no to nonsense, no to meat, becoming vegetarian and stopping eating meat. And they are like, after they are working through your grace with discipline of their body and their speech and their self discipline, which they learn actually in lotusocean meditation. So they are increasing their awareness and saying no to nonsense, no to actually friends and family also, just to behold their discipline, and no to system, trying at least, and saying yes to higher and divine, as they have also learned from Peace Gita, your beautiful book, or Eposi Piti in Albanian. They are becoming a bit worried about their future. So they have concern about the future, which is very good. And for the situation of the now, just for example, forced vaccine to them, or will they travel, or will they just be stuck for many months or I don't know, years? Yes. Will it be easier for them, or just like that?
Okay.
You are so kind to
Okay. So the thing in this is that people need to realize that in this multiverse, whatever the universe, whatever they call it, there's a thing called the force. Force means like which is similar to divine will, like we call it the divine will. And if beings align with that force as they're doing by doing all the things in lotusocean, that's aligning with the divine will, then they don't need to be worried about things, because then things work out for them. Where there's a will, there's a way. Things will work out. Like there is always some sort of fear mongering done by media. Always, they will always create fear. That's their job, to create fear amongst people, and so I mean, and they should not be like normal people who get afraid by just that, oh, this is happening, or this is coming, or this is that thing. It's just to create fear. Nothing actually happens really. And
they can say no to vaccine.
Things are always optional. Things are always optional and stuff like that. In time, things will be like that. And if enough people will be not on the side of the general trends or the media, then it will not be forced. There's nothing. They don't have to worry. And there is, in every situation, like any kind of obstacle, any kind of problem, there's a solution, right?
Yes.
So the solution will be found if they're aligning with the force. So they should be more confident, in fact, than the other people who are getting afraid by this kind of news. The more you align with the divine and more flow and the force, the more confident you are of overcoming any obstacles.
Yes, it is very kind of you to explain that. They are feeling more, they have like more confident actually, because the discipline of the body and the speech, psychological sorting, it has helping a lot with a lot of other things which are in the world today, or personal things, but they wanted to hear it from you.
Yes,
that's why. But it's going in a very positive way, and their inside like positive force is increasing, so it's going in the right direction.
Yes.
Lotusocean students are studying Peace Gita, at least the advanced in lotusocean meditation sessions with me, Peace Gita or Eposi Piti, deeply, from the center of the mouth so that the words goes into their consciousness, and they are trying to practice it, like with their own
Yes.
body and with the surroundings. One was wondering about the age-old question, which you have explained also so beautiful in your lotusocean epilogues, which are the best education in the world, I must say. Even after making master degree, I think that's the only real education, lotusocean epilogues made by you. So the age-old question, what really means that beings are created for playing with the original creator, the divine, on divine's terms, because they really have the desire for that.
Yes. Okay. So the thing is that in this multiverse, there are a lot of beings, right? There are a lot of beings out there. Now, if they align with the force, which is the divine will, then those beings will have a good time. Good time means things will be positive experiences, to be more pleasure instead of pain.
Yes.
So it'll be more positive experience only, no negative experience. Okay.
Yes.
It's only when beings dissociate their own will from the divine will, then they're not playing with divine, right? Like in the sense that that's what's called not playing. Divine saying, okay, let's play, and they say, no, I'm going to play by myself separately. I don't want to play with you, or
Yes.
I'm
So
going to
it
start
means,
now. Yeah. So they do this kind of thing. They start their own game. Okay. And once they start their own game, then that's when their fall happens. Like, that's when people get into negative situations, or that's why there's all kinds of problems. The word negativity, problem, pain, all these things crop up only when that disconnection happens. Okay.
yes.
So, like, if they're playing with divine, means they're aligning with it.
Yes.
You can't play unless you're aligned, right?
Yes.
So
Right. Right.
you have to play the same game. Like, if somebody's playing X game and you say, I'm going to play Y, then you will not align. And that's when the problem happens. So
Yes.
because the multiverse was made as a positive experience, it was not meant to be a negative experience.
Absolutely.
But it has turned so because beings have decided to, let's say, rebel against the divine will. So when you say, okay, I want to align with the divine will, that what people are saying out there that they want to, then you're playing with divine. Then you're in the same game. You're on the same page. You're on the same game. Then you can enjoy.
Yes.
So, and the game is vast. It's huge. There's a lot of options. It's not like it is boring or anything like that. It's a big, open, vast game, but just beings need to align, and that's all that means. That particular phrasing of playing with divine.
I see. That's so beautifully explained.
Yes. For example, if I'm here right now, and then just like playing means like, okay, you go along with that. Whatever the music or the sounds or whatever experience on earth playing, which Lotus Ocean is showing.
Yes.
So going along with that is playing. Like, you're playing with divine.
Because
Like,
playing has so many like different meanings, like to play like game, or to play music, or to play just in actions, or just having fun.
but as a whole, like, as long as you're aligning with that, as long as you're using that positively, what has been given through Lotus Ocean, it's a play. Like, that's why I call them plays. Whatever I do in nature with the music or anything, I call them plays. Okay, now that's a play. Like, either you'll be okay with that play, or you resonate with it, or it gives you pleasure or enjoyment, or you don't. Okay, it's one or the other. So when you align with your play along with it, then you're playing along with it, basically. So
Yes.
so and
You're
how you choose to
aligning.
play with how do you choose to play with it? That's up to you. That each being can choose their own way of playing along with. There's no fixed rule about that. But but to enjoy that and go along with it, that's the key.
For example, the students, like because I am like their voice for the moment, because they have like increased their consciousness so much, and in the way they have got so by doing the right thing, the right actions,
Yes.
they have connected with nature, sunbows and rainbows in different kinds of forms through your grace. And it is that also in a kind of playing like with nature or elements.
Yes, yes,
That
it
is
is.
also,
But if you add lotusocean sounds to it along with it when you're doing that, then it makes
reading
you
your
align
book.
more. Yeah, or yeah, it aligns in whatever form you align more, and you will increase your enjoyment of the whole thing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
so kind you are. It's so beautiful. I have a last question, if you
Yes.
allow me. Um, to be honest, the questions from lotusocean students are becoming less and less. In the start, it
Yes.
was like so many different types. They are becoming less because their consciousness has increased through their self-discipline and your supreme knowledge, which are teaching them. For a student who is far away from you, let's say, your divine presence, what means and how can we serve higher and divine after working, of course, with
Yeah.
a while with praising, bowing mostly to nature and
Yes.
higher. So they like this serve, like they understand the praising
Yes.
and the bowing very naturally. The serving, like I don't know really how to explain it. Your words
Like
are powerful.
beings first, you have to realize once they start doing certain things in Lotus Ocean meditation and everything, start working on themselves. Then they started serving anyways because they are becoming an example for others. So the way you serve is by becoming an example to other people.
Wow.
When you start doing the right thing, you automatically become an example to other beings. Okay, so that is in turn what that does is that allows for the whole thing to grow, and you set up the right example. So it is good for you, it's good for them, it's good for the divine plan, it's good for everything. So that is the most important thing. And then every being, they have different things which beings can do. They have innate different kind of characteristics in them which they can contribute or to supporting Lotus Ocean, or
Yes.
promoting Lotus Ocean, or you know like
Yes.
spreading it around. So
Yes.
that is again serving
That is also,
divine.
yeah.
So
Nice.
all beings have their own innate qualities and characteristics which they can use to do whatever they can.
So anyone can
Whatever the
serve.
situation. Like some beings have resources, they can use that thing. Some beings have some other thing. Some beings have some other that thing. Beings,
Yes.
whatever they can do,
Mhm.
they can do. And
Whatever
it's the
they have.
intent. Yeah, and intent is the most important. Like you want to do the thing, so so you can do whatever, you know, and you'll find ways. Like if you have the intent, well, you'll find ways to do whatever you can do in little
Exactly.
ways. A lot of things are done online these days, so wherever, and
Yes.
they will find ways to contribute from their side,
Absolutely.
you know. And the fact that they're doing and setting up an example, that's a big thing in itself, So
Yes.
then setting up an example is the most important thing, and then doing whatever you can do within your time or whatever you have and whatever opportunity you have, to do so.
Yes. Yes. It's so nice that you are explaining this.
Yes,
Such easy way as always. Complicated
yes,
things become so simple when you speak them out, when you speak your words, which are so
yes,
powerful and very divine.
yes,
It's very kind of you to explain this.
yes,
Um, yes. So Lotus Ocean students, they are like, actually, they are becoming an example. They are like, the words are spread wild
yes,
over, not only in Albania. Albanians also are in different parts of the world, so it has helped
yes,
increasing the vibes.
yes,
But
yes,
also English speakers in India, Australia, Brazil, Europe, all over Austria. It's very, very, through your grace, this is really spreading. You are so
yes, yes,
kind. You
yeah,
are,
yes, and they just their practice itself, and being in the practice and doing it every day, and being involved with it, putting all of that, like that creates a field, creates a effect, and then you change as a being.
yeah,
And when other beings see you and that thing and notice you and that thing, then they will get affected too. And that's how things should spread, like so. And that's positive
that's
for
so
yourself
natural. Like,
and others. And that's and you're serving the divine plant too, and you're serving lotusocean, you're serving divine. Everything is happening all at the same time, like, you know,
Exactly.
automatically. So
because people used to, serving is like working hard for 50 years and then get a little bit of pension, pensionist,
yes,
and becoming.
yeah.
So that's why hard, like, because this is,
Yeah.
and they are having, I mean, the self-discipline is really called discipline, but it's very fun. And they are enjoying it because the nature also responds to them, and that's the peak of pleasure.
Yes, it should be fun. I mean, that's why, I mean, it should not be some tedious, boring process. Otherwise, no one wants to do it.
Yes.
But like obviously, when you are rising up and you are that thing, you enjoy that, and you that thing. It's it's most enjoyable thing on earth if you are moving upwards. So that is, and that energy will give you, and people will have different ideas of how to contribute. All beings are different, and they have different things. So they can all contribute in different ways, and they should find their own way of, rather than asking that thing. And
yes, for example, some of the students in Albania, they are like helping others to get the book, and they're helping like to each other, and so it's like spreading the vibes.
So that's it. Like that's the way. So it's a very simple thing, and as beings do more, more things will come to them, more consciousness, more upload will happen to them from the force, and they will come up with ideas, plans, things like that themselves, without anybody telling them anything, so it should, like, the answers are coming now. You said like questions are getting less because answers are coming from within.
I'm surprised.
Answers are coming from within because they do the practice, and then the answers come, and then they will be able to figure that out as well. So
the answers come from inside.
So everything doesn't have to be so and if there is anything, any need or something or requirement, and that thing, and then they will be informed of that requirement, and they can do the needful. So that's also service. So
yes, exactly. So beautiful explained. And you have given so much knowledge, well, everywhere in the book, especially. It starts with the body and then goes like more and more with the speech and connecting with nature, which they get discernment. And the book, it's really like there, that the level where the questions are getting less. It's like all the answers are there. Just one have to increase their perceptions, the eye.
And let it sink in, which happens through repetition. That's why repetition is the key, because sinking in happens through repetition. So that is that's the main work in this, so that it sinks in, and it actually gives you more answers as well whenever required. So
absolutely. And just to confess, I have many groups, but those advanced groups which don't want to finish, we are like, we have a discipline, like a very nice discipline and pleasurable actually, which when we say, like, we don't say hello to each other or how are you doing, we just say use your own favorite pure principle. That's how we say hello and goodbye.
That's
so repetition is very, very important. It's extremely important.
Yes.
You're so kind to verify this.